Hi children, how are you all? I hope you are all doing fine. Today we are going to learn about a new chapter, the world of diversities. You know, India is a highly diverse country, right? So, India is called the land of diversity. Do you know what is meant by diversity? Yes, good. Diversity means being variety and different. In India, we find people speaking different languages, eating different foods, celebrating different festivals and much more. So, India is called the land of diversities. Look at this picture. The vegetation types shown in them are entirely different. Diversities not only exist in the flora but also in fauna, human life, etc. What could be the reason? It is because these diversities has evolved in accordance with the climatic characteristics of each place. Okay? Okay. The climate of a region depends on many factors, including its height above the sea level, the amount of sunlight it receives, and the shape of the land. Regions on the Earth's surface that share similar climatic characteristics are known as the climatic regions. Okay students, in today's class, we are going to learn about two different climatic regions. The equatorial climatic region and the tundra climatic region. First, we are going to learn about the equatorial climatic region, its tribal people, the flora and fauna in this region. Okay? Okay. Is everyone ready? Okay, let's start. Look at this globe. There is a latitudinal line along the middle of this globe. It is dividing our Earth into two hemispheres. Do you know which is that line? Yes, 0° latitude. It is also known in another name. Do you know what it is? Yes, equator. Very good. This equator divides our Earth into two hemispheres, as northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Regions that are located between 10° north and 10° south to the equator are known as the equatorial climatic region. Is it all clear? Let us repeat. Regions that are located to 10° north and 10° south to the equator are known as the equatorial climatic region. You had learned about the continent in small classes, isn't it? Okay, then tell me, how many continents are there in the world and which are they? Yes, try. Okay, Asia. Yes, Europe. Africa. North America. South America. Australia and Antarctica. Okay, excellent. Everyone give her a clap. There may be equatorial climatic region with similar characteristics in each continent. The Congo Basin in Africa and the Amazon River Basin in South America and Asian countries like Malaysia and Indonesia are the climatic regions with similar characteristics. Then let us talk about some peculiar features of these equatorial climatic regions. Diverse fauna. High atmospheric temperature throughout the year and daily afternoon showers with thunder and lightning. Dense evergreen vegetation including of big trees, mosses, vanda, climbers and much more. Okay, then what could be the reason for these above mentioned peculiarities? It is because the distribution of sunlight is not uniform everywhere. So the sun rays get the most directly to the equator. It is the nearness of these regions to the equator that causes these peculiar features about the equatorial climatic regions. Then let us discuss about the tribal people of these equatorial climatic region and their own lifestyle. Look at this image. Can you identify them? They are the pygmies. the tribal people of the Congo River Basin in Africa. Then let us talk about the features about these pygmies. They usually have a short stature and a dark complexion. Cassava, also known as tapioca, is their staple food. They wear deer skin and leaves as clothes. They build houses out of broad leaves and branches of trees. They love and care for the forests. Then let us see some other forest dwellers like the pygmies. The Aboriginal tribes of the Amazon River Basin in South America, the Kubus and Dayaks of Indonesia, and the Semangs of Malaysia are also forest dwellers like the pygmies. Okay, then we talked about the features of the equatorial climatic region, the tribal people of this region and their lifestyle. Now, let us talk about the flora and fauna in this region. Do you know what is meant by flora and fauna? Yes, good. Flora and fauna means the collection of all the plants and animals living in a particular region. The fauna here is diverse with simian species like apes, orangutans, lemurs, and reptiles crawling from tree to tree, and animals like hippopotamus and crocodiles who mostly dwell in water, and birds like parrot, hornbills, etc. The equatorial climatic region is characterized by dense forests including of trees like mahogany, ebony, rosewood, etc. The trees in these forests do not shed their leaves due to the high atmospheric temperature and copious rainfall. Hence, these evergreen forests are called the equatorial evergreen forests. Now, we discussed about the equatorial climatic region, its tribal people and the flora and fauna in the region. Now, we are going to learn about the tundra climatic region, its tribal people and the flora and fauna in this region. Look at this globe. The climatic region lying to the north of the Arctic Circle 66.5° north and extending around the North Pole is known as the tundra climatic region. Look at this. These are the continents where the tundra climatic region exists. Asia, Europe and North America. What are the peculiar features of the tundra climatic region? Let us discuss. Extremely low population and low rainfall. Scarce vegetation and a cold desert. The rarely experienced 10 degrees Celsius in June is considered as the highest temperature here. Can you believe it? Look at this image. Do you know what is this? Yes, good. This is the temporary house called igloo built by the Inuit tribes. Inuits are the dwellers of the permanently snow-covered regions in the northern part of North America and Eurasia. Then, let us talk about some peculiar features about these Inuit tribes. Okay. Hunting and fishing is the means of their lives. During summer, they build houses out of bones of whales, leather and hard rocks. During summer, they hunt animals like reindeers, polar bears, seals, etc. They consume the flesh of the hunted animals and clothe themselves with their skin and make weapons and tools out of their bones and horns. They live in small groups and do not settle anywhere permanently. Do you know why the Inuits do not have permanent settlement? Yes, the Inuits do not have permanent settlements due to the extreme cold in this region. So, they move from place to place and do not have permanent settlement. During winter, they do not leave the igloo. It lasts about 6 months. To survive this period, they store food in advance. Look at the common dressing style of the Inuits. They wear airtight shoes, double-layer jackets and trousers made of fur. Do you know why they have this type of dressing style? It is because they live in the tundra climatic region. It is very cold there. So, they wear this type of dressing style to protect themselves from the extreme cold. Then, let us see some major vegetation in the tundra climatic region. The major vegetation that survives the extreme cold climate includes moss and lichens. Small flowering plants and shrubs can only be seen during short summers. Tall trees are very rare here. Then let us see some major fauna in this region. Polar bears, reindeers, fishes, seals, whales and more. Okay children, I hope all of you understood what we discussed. Then let me give you a worksheet. Write down the features of the climatic regions we have discussed. Look. Equatorial climatic region. Extent of latitude. Located between 10 degrees north and 10 degrees south of the equator. Flora. Dense forest with hardwood trees like mahogany, ebony, rosewood, etc. The trees in these forests do not shed their leaves, so called evergreen forests. Fauna. Apes, lemurs, reptiles crawling from tree to tree, animals like hippopotamus and crocodile that mostly dwell in water, birds like parrot, hornbills, etc. Human life. Eat hunted meat and fruits. Wear deer skin or leaves as clothes. Build semicircular houses out of branches of trees and broad leaves. They clearly love and care for the forests. Tundra climatic region. Extent of latitude. This climate region, lying to the north of the Arctic Circle, 66.5 degrees north, and extending around the North Pole. Flora. Moss and lichens, small flowering plants and shrubs. Fauna. Polar bears, reindeers and sea animals like whales, seals and fishes. Human life. Hunting and fishing are the means of life. Live in small groups and never settle anywhere permanently. Airtight leather shoes and double-layered jackets and trousers made of fur are their common costumes of the Inuits. Okay children, we have learned about the two different climatic regions in the world. Then let's do homework. Collect more information and pictures about the two different climatic regions we have learned and display it in your class. Okay my dears.